And we're here. We're here to talk about your favorite ladies or not. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday, and on Friday, we talk about it just like that. Get in here, hit that like button, drop it down low. Let us know what you think about our commentary and the episode. Ashley, how you feeling today?
Girl, I feel good. I feel good. It's rainy out, so no better place to be than on the YT talking about these raggedy elderly heifers.
Child.
No place I'd rather be, Tyra. No place I'd rather be.
The things that I'm gonna have to, no, we not gonna be cute because y'all be out there like we trying to shame the ladies and get into a little ageism. That is not
Oh.
what this is. That is not what we do here. But we gonna call a spade a spade. And if you decide to walk your bare naked ass out in the middle of my living room, we gonna talk about it.
Every
All down
time.
in the hallway and whatnot with your bag of bones. Ma'am, if you don't put that away. But before we dive into all things nude in my hallway, Ashley, overall thoughts of this episode.
So this episode was an improvement. I think said last night, did we have different writers? Did we have writers for the Makad Brooks character? Like I was like, okay, this might jazz it up a little bit, but it still fell flat to me in places. It's outrageous. It's outrageous, Tyra, because there's no way Miranda is walking in somebody else's house, cooter bare naked. Cooter bare naked. Pubes, bush. I see it all from across the room, and I'm offended, Tyra, because it's the level of gall. It's unmitigated, right? The audacity is 99% off. It's on sale. And Miranda is too elderly to be living from piddle to post. It behooves me that this woman of a certain age, who was an accomplished attorney in her former life, who's lived in New York City for the better part of a quarter century, is having such a hard time finding suitable accommodation. I'm over it. Miranda, I can't. And she's disrespectful and lacks boundaries. This might honestly be a rant all about Miranda. We got into some other things that were a little bit less significant. If I can be honest with you, her naked and Carrie's Gramercy took the goat for me. It took it. It took it, Tyra.
Naked in Carrie's Gramercy. That sounds like, where are you? Oh, I'm at Naked in Carrie's Gramercy. Like, oh, where's that? Do they serve lobster? Um, this episode really picked up. Whoever was writing on this episode, whoever interjected and said, "Give me that pen," keep them there. This was the most Sex in the City esque type of episode that we've had in a very long time. I was very happy with everything that we got here. I felt like they heard us. Everything we said last live, I felt like it went do, and they was like, you know
Huh?
what? We're gonna
Is
fix
that what
it.
it
We're
was?
gonna fix it and we're gonna do something. I was not mad at this episode. However, I was mad at the coochie in the hallway because Miranda, no. We're
Crazy
definitely
work.
going to get into her. A lot happened in this episode, but Miranda was definitely a standout because what you won't continue to do is disrespect me in my home. How many times I've lost count? Miranda, please. But starting here, because I didn't want to fly off the handle immediately, so we're gonna start a little
Sorry.
softer over
Okay.
here with old Seema. Baby, oh God. SEMA's loan denied, access denied, used, discarded, and delusional. Because SEMA, what are you talking about? Were we at the same meetings that you were when we had this discussion and you walked off on the job? Like, I, I knew this is what they were doing. I said, with how they were trying to interject and if you can't buy in, I'm going to give it to this person. You're still a priority here, but I'm not just leaving it to you. You're not in charge. She feels like she's been had. Seems that all my life I had to fight, all the energy, time, effort I put into this. I built it from the ground up and it was snatched from underneath me. Where's the love? Where's the sisterhood? Where's the bond? Women helping women. How you gonna deny me this loan, girl? I thought you were here. I thought we were here. When is somebody gonna think about Seema? As hard as I've worked all my life, and I was like, what? I don't know. I must have missed that boat because what does it say about Seema and how hard that she's worked, the effort that she's put in, how progressive I thought she was as a businesswoman, even just more so business minded, that we couldn't even get along. We couldn't even get along. She's like, well, do you have other income coming in? Is there like an account? She's like, no. It's like, well, from what I see here, baby, we can't give you a loan. But it was very hook a sister up, hook a sister up, hook a brother up. And the loan officer was looking like, no, I won't be doing any of that. But in the meantime, it seems like old Gardner Adam is an option. Please, he still looks uncouth and unclean. It's not giving the ruggy, sexy, you know, Gardner in the earth. Like it's not giving that. It's giving I only shower on Thursdays. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I really don't care. But I need them to do something with Seema quick. Ashley.
Yeah, I don't believe anything that Seema says out of her mouth. It's clear she's prioritized other things in her life outside of her finances because at this point, girl, you should be unraveling, trying to diversify and find a bag, not worried about the lumberjack down below, girl. Where and it makes me feel like that's what she's been doing her whole life. So let's be very, very clear. Seema's not a spring chicken. I'm gonna say she's been working since the 90s, maybe, and that's probably me being modest. So 20 at least. I'm gonna say even if she started late 90s, let's give her 2000, 25 years. You've been working in New York real estate. You have no liquidity. You have no assets. You have no investments. You have no property you could have called upon and been like, let me go ahead and cash this out so I can buy into this business. I don't believe this heifer has worked so hard. I don't believe she's built anything. Clearly, she hasn't because she has nothing to show for it after 100 years, but she's got a Birkin. Tyra, this is the part that just behooves me because where are your priorities? It very much to me is giving the Carrie Bradshaw that y'all talk about in Sex and the City who bought shoes
Mhm.
instead of paid her rent. Because where
Uh-huh.
are your assets? Where are your investments? Where is that? Where we haven't diversified? You had literally all your eggs in this basket because you should have some collateral that the bank could use to fund this, whether you were actively working or not right now. And it just behooves me. I don't believe anything that comes out of Seema's mouth at this point. The writers have ruined her character for me because, again, when we meet her in season one of And Just Like That, it's like, oh, she's forward, she's glam, she's got a cute coin, she got it out the mud herself, like all of these things. And it's giving you were a kept pretty princess that spent all your money on bags. And I'm very, very disturbed, Tyra. Very disappointed.
Don't know. I think in those first seasons, they were still trying to figure things out, and all they were kind of focused on was we lost Samantha, and now we need to do something. And when we have this character kind of being thrown in, is that Samantha was a lot of things, but she was never broke. The finances were always going to be straight. So we just assumed the way that Seema was moving, the way she carried herself, her lifestyle, even business minded, because she was always focused. I'm not leaving my business. I'm not stopping this sale. This is just as important to me as the romantic portion of my life. So what I'm not going to do is that. And then just to get here and have this loan officer say, well, did you need that purse? Do you need a driver? Do you need all of it's like you're living beyond your means? And I'm like, what?
Talk about it.
I can't. I'm just really surprised. I'm just really surprised. And here I thought that they were going to go, I guess, the superficial route of, well, of course I have it all together. And now I'm going to take all this money I have and embark. I thought her biggest obstacle would be trying to gain clientele or to just trying to bring people over. No, you can't even get a loan to even start this business because you have no assets. What? I'm very
Shame.
surprised. I'm very surprised at Seema's financial situation, and I'm even more surprised that she feels like something was snatched underneath her and she deserves something. It's like she's been mistreated and discarded, and all her hard work meant
Entitlement.
nothing. Baby, you didn't
Entitlement is
prepare.
crazy.
You
Mhm.
didn't prepare, and then you want to put like, well, guess I ain't doing nothing. The gardener kind of looks good. If you say so, girl, I hope he looks good to someone because right now it gives shower. Anything else on scene?
Yeah, no, I'm just disappointed. And like I said, let's not prioritize this Gardner Peen at this point. Let damn one eye Jack stay in his pants. I don't want to see that.
I guess we'll see. She got to do something with her time. She got to do
Get a
something.
job. Get a job. Go beg Ryan for, a piece of the pie back there. Cause girl.
Girl, she walked out of there like, yeah. I was like, you had no money in the bank, but
Oh,
Carrie pissed me off this episode because, girl, just take your damn shoes off. Like, Carrie, please. Was it really that serious? We meet the neighbor underneath. Once again, another situation I felt like they interjected into the storyline. Because Tim was like, remember that time I had told you selling the
girl.
Gramercy place that somebody was going to move in for 6 months? I don't recall that. When did you say that, Seema? But okay. Carrie was giving this man hell downstairs. Her like refusal to remove these shoes as loud as she was, it's not like nobody said that you couldn't wear heels, Miss Mama. All on the cobblestone, those stairs. It's actually more hazardous for you to be walking around this place with your shoes on than off. Like, I was trying to meet Carrie where she was, and I know they were trying to give like this is such a strong part of Carrie's identity. And it feels like we're trying to shift her character into a new space, not only in the sense of these shoes and her fashion, but with this man in this Gramercy place. I have to move on. You're not just little Miss Carrie, the studio and all the clothes, and I'm just, no, you have a whole home, you have responsibilities, you have neighbors, you have a whole house to furnish, and you have other people to be considerate of. Carrie, remove your shoes. She was doing the most. But in the process of her doing the most, y'all, we got a man. We got a man. Where's the man? I've been asking y'all, where are the men in the show? A man was here. First, I thought it was Patrick Dempsey, and I got excited. I said, no, it's not Patrick. But it was a man. It was a man who she has something in common with. It was given a little cute, tit for tat, frenemies turn something because we're both authors. We're both embarking on something important in our lives. We're both, writing, and we need this space and we need this time. There's a commonality there. He is a possible love interest. I like how it started off. I love their banter in this episode. It felt very Sex in the City. It felt very Carrie. Her going down there with that damn basket of goodies. Yeah, like Carrie never knows when to shut up. The flirting is always awkward. It gave OG Carrie, and I was here for it, especially with what we dealt with last episode, removed from Aiden. But the runners of it all and Carrie in those shoes, I was like, Heifer, take off those shoes and be considerate. But I did understand for story purposes why it was so hard for her to do that. Ashley?
Yeah, I mean, I think, because we talked about it at the end, like, you were like, that's so meaningful when she takes off her shoes at the end. And I'm like, absolutely. And again, y'all know we're just into season 2 of Sex in the City. So I'm not fully there with Carrie yet, but definitely I can see them representative to this life that she had, this life that she's had up until this point, and how taking them off or letting go would be really, really hard. I really do hope that her releasing them and finally taking them off will propel her into a better future, because Carrie is ridiculous. Carrie, even to this day, pisses me off. And of course, we'll get into it more as far as her friend dynamic and all of that. I just don't think Carrie's a good person at her core. I think she's so self-interested and so self-motivated. It pisses me off. But as far as Mr. Duncan downstairs, I like Duncan.
Yeah.
Duncan gives as good as he gets. I loved when he handed her the house shoes. I said, yes,
Yes.
get at home some house shoes. Because at this point, girl, why are you walking all over Gramercy's bare, freshly renewed floors in your Manolos? Girl, put them down. Like, Carrie, you just want to do something just to be doing something. I think she's just so entrenched in her past and what this idea of her life and what it should look like that she can't get out of her own head. But I do like him. Like I said, I think he's going to push back. Like he said, girl, you ain't got no rugs. You ain't got to worry about stuffing nothing. She don't have no rugs.
Drugs.
And I love that he's not going to back down. I think he's going to challenge her, him being a writer. I think that's going to be, someone who's more on the level. And also, we need someone fresh. We need someone fresh. We need someone who's gonna push against Carrie. We need that. She needs that balance in her life, someone to ground her, all of those things. And if I honestly think she should be single a bit longer. But if we're going to introduce anybody, get Aiden the hell out of here and let's see what Duncan talking about. Let's see.
Please, it was so fun. She's like, oh, he gave me those old people hospital shoes, little slippers. Like, ew. She's like, yeah, I don't speak that. I don't wear that. Like, I can't. It was very, very Carrie though, and it felt reminiscent. I was like, oh, we're getting back. We can see the girls. It's peeking through the blinds. I see where you guys are going. Can we stay here and continue on this path? Let's not go backwards. We're moving forward, and we're over here with the neighbor. He's cute. I feel like he gonna call her out on her mess. Like she just needs some new energy. Like I said, Aiden was instant and familiar, and I think that's why she regressed so hard into kind of what we got here. And why I was like, let's not do that because I don't care about that either. We are removing the shoes. Carrie, we don't give a damn about that table from Aiden. I
Oh
was, I
God.
was, I was sad. I was being cute. I love their banter. It was funny. It was a key. And then it's like, oh my God, Miranda, it's the table. Aiden got my table. Oh, Carrie, we don't give a damn about that table. Let's not. It jumped right back into old Carrie, where she is just so content and happy for the smallest of gestures. Like, oh, he thought about me. It was like, oh God. Carrie, please. The neighbor downstairs. Don't get distracted, boo. But she did remove the shoes at the end of this episode. And I felt like it was very significant and really symbolic. And it's not like Carrie in her cute studio was walking around in her high heels 24/7, but it is just so symbolic. I felt like she was saying, I'm finally home now. I'm not that Carrie. I'm never going to be, that brownstone Carrie again. This is a new venture, and I am a new person, whether it's where I live or just my age and me as a woman or whatever I'm progressing to. I thought it was significant. Hopefully, we keep them off and we don't give a damn about that table. Ashley, what did you think about that table?
Girl, go to hell, Aiden. I don't that old gutter bucket ugly table. And then what made it so bad is that you can tell the writers really wanted us to get the fullness of it. Even the driver, that's really romantic, and I see
God, I've
romantic
never
stuff
done
every
anything like
day.
that in my life. I see stuff every day. Shut up! Feed into our delusion.
This gosh awful table. I don't know. And it doesn't even seem like her style. And it doesn't really fit Gramercy, in my opinion. Who gives a damn about this glass table? I hope it breaks. I was not moved. I was not enthused. That does not take away from the fact that your son is a maniac and you're acting like a bad parent at this point, Aiden. Worry about your kids. Don't send me no table. Invest that money in therapy for Wyatt. Let's do that. But yes, I mean, Carrie, take them shoes off, girl. Get it home with your cat with the mange. Y'all know I hate that cat. I think that's the ugliest cat I've ever seen. It's definitely got mange. But hey, if she likes it, I love it. I just want this to be a catalyst for her forward movement,
Yes,
girl. Because
yes,
let's.
yes. I winced when they brought that heavy ass table that doesn't even look like it's her style, because it's like, don't discount Aiden just yet. He's gonna come back. Like, can we have 5 minutes with Neighbor Bay? Huh? Can we have 5 minutes with Neighbor Bay downstairs to have a little tit for tat, little talk, a little cheekiness, some flirting, a good time before Aiden's coming with the big ass table. We don't need to see that table. And Carrie, y'all could have saved the table to the next episode or something. I don't want to hear about it.
That's
But
right, Paul. She could have used that money to fix that window. Why it broke out trying to be a maniac.
girl, I just wanted to let y'all know, Aiden's don't discount Aiden yet, because he's still thinking about her. He's still a
Well,
contender. The
so
table's
here's
here.
the thing, Tyra. After watching, like I said, we're halfway through season 2 of Sex in the City. It doesn't take much for Carrie. All you got to do is buy her some Chinese food, roll out a blanket on the floor, and Carrie is content. Baby, you don't have to chase after Carrie. You don't have to pursue Carrie, because
Same.
Carrie gonna come find you. So I mean, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take. It never has. Clearly.
I thought we grew though. I thought we were gonna grow this episode, and it's like, and even when we get to Miranda, it's all about growth beyond. We're not those 20, 30 something New Yorkers anymore. So the expectations for me as a woman, our friendships, everything, the things I want in my life, they're different. I can remove my shoes. I can compromise. Like, it's there. So when they put that table in there, oh my God, I had never seen anything that romantic, and I deliver stuff up. Please, sir,
What?
please get off the porch. But I'm just saying, y'all, Aiden's not gone yet, but we do have prospects downstairs. Now let's get into Charlotte. Charlotte is suffering in silence. Harry has cancer and is being unrealistic to me. Now, it's all about the glamping this episode. Shout out to the 70 of you guys here. We would love to have 70 more. Please be sure to hit that like button. Thank you guys so much. Um, it's just so casual. We're walking the dog and we're talking about this glamping trip that was absolutely adorable. I was like, baby, just go to a resort. What's camping about it? But okay. And it's just like, yeah, remember how I couldn't get it up and you read, or I was having, yeah, I have prostate cancer, but We're not going to talk about it. Everything's fine. Don't tell anybody. I feel like that's so unfair. That is so unfair. And I'm assuming that this is Harry acting out of fear. But to expect Charlotte not to talk about something so serious, not to be able to confide and get care from her inner circle with something so serious, and not even down to the children, I feel like this is unfair. So I'm hoping that she doesn't have to suffer for long, but I did enjoy this because this is, a main thing, especially for men and the prostate cancer. Um and it gave a even though with Charlotte, even now, there's still an unserious undertone to everything, but we do know that this is really serious, and Charlotte is probably scared to death. But hopefully, this doesn't last too long. Ashley, how did you feel about this, and how did you feel about how it was handled in the show? It was the tone. I wanted the tone to be a little bit more serious about it, but they got to it that moment where we have Lisa asking Charlotte what's wrong in the episode, and it's just really painting her that she's kind of out here on this limb alone, and I can't tell my children or my best friend.
Yeah, I probably have a slightly different take on it,
Mm.
because I feel like Harry is entitled to this. I feel like he's kind of the impacted party, and I think he's got a right to manage it how he wants to without the brigade coming in. Again, I'm not too familiar with these ladies and their friend dynamic when they're really acting like friends, but I can tell that Charlotte is really dramatic, and I can tell if she tells the friend group, it might turn into this sister circle and this thing that he just doesn't want to deal with right now. Now, what I am hoping is that some point he gets a little bit more comfortable, maybe after treatment, maybe after the surgery or whatever, and allows that in. I mean, I get it. She's going to have to shoulder this just with him, but I think it's his right. And I think he's got the right to make that ask. And because, like you said, oh, Charlotte, she's trying to keep it on the surface, but did she really? Because I mean, even at the glamping, it's chocolate, it's not
It's
cancer.
not cancer.
She's just seething. I do hope she goes and maybe schedules an appointment with a therapist where she can talk that out. But I understand Harry. He knows his wife. He knows
No.
she's prone to spiral. And I know he doesn't want to worry these kids. He doesn't want to
Her
make
them
it.
damn kids. Literally, we got less of them kids. I was happy. If I had to sit with Rock, oh, that cheese and that meat looks so good. Oh, girl, just eat it then. I was with Anthony. Girl, eat it then. I'm not about to play with you, Rock, and Lily just want to go over there. I only get to be with my boyfriend on Thursdays, and if I'm not there on that day, then he's with his other boy. Fine, girl, just go. Okay, just go. We're not gonna. We may not have this moment again. I was like, how long do you expect Charlotte of all people to hold this in, Harry? These things are important. Don't say anything if you can't get this moment back. It's like, okay, mom, whatever. It's just the situation that happened with Big and how abrupt it was. And even how it kind of scared Harry, like you just never know. Everybody was kind of on alert that you could go at any moment. So time is precious. Yeah, I mean, I'm with having Harry move on his own time, but like, I don't like to see Charlotte suffer either. It's hard, but this is a serious thing. Like, I was just glad that they gave us something and they gave Charlotte something in a storyline beyond. I'm a cool mom. I'm a forward
Yeah.
thinking, sex positive mom, and all of those good things in the dog. Like, this is where we need. I think it was really really great, but we'll see what happens. I think this has the potential to get really really serious. Do you think they would put us through losing Harry? I'm just throwing it out there.
Girl, they better not. As many
I'm
people that died connected to the show, we had the one gay friend die in real life, and he went to be a monastery on the show. But that's sad. Then you had Big, where Carrie basically killed the man because she never called the police. Don't have Harry die. Let him go through treatment. Let him weather the storm. That would be diabolical if they let Harry die. Like, he was walking down the street. He's like, this, they caught it early enough. I'd have a 98% chance of survival.
yeah.
Like, let's keep that same energy and stay positive for Harry, because I don't want that. What are y'all killing
I just
everybody else for?
I just wanted to ask. I just wanted to ask. I don't think so either. I think this would be something that'll make their relationship stronger and even bring their kids around to know that it's not all about you. Like, some other
Yeah.
things matter. Well, the only thing that worries me about Harry is that he didn't say like, um, I don't want to, worry anybody. Just let me have. It's like, I don't want to be the cancer guy. Like, Carrie, Carrie. It's just it's all of that, and then we just hop like it never happened, and he's slapping mosquitoes off. I was like, "Ugh, don't make Charlotte suffer too long. She really looked hurt in that pool, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, via this episode, Charlotte can't hold water in a cup. It's just chocolate. It's not cancer. I think this will be like a catalyst, like this little dysfunction here, that once everybody finds out, they're going to cling even harder to their lovers to realize these smaller problems, in the grand scheme of things, they aren't that important. But we'll get to that episode when we get there. But miscommunication and a crush. I mean, we said that we wanted her to rub elbows with Macabre Brooks in the dark. We didn't get that, but Lisa said she got a little crush. We got a little crush.
Mhm.
I said we couldn't even rub up on Macabre getting off the plane. This is very safe. This is very, very safe. It's safeness in a selfie. But we got the new editor and a crush, and this may mean trouble for her marriage. Now, there's just miscommunication with them all around. We're going glamping. You didn't tell me that. I low key don't want to go. I don't recall. And then we get here. We're arguing all the way down to the chocolate. And it's really a thing when he sees this selfie. Baby, who is this? Who is this hunk of a man? Oh, who that? Oh,
Mhm.
that's just my editor. Yeah, you didn't tell me he looks like this. What what's really going on? This
Mhm.
just this seems, coerced to put some friction in their marriage. I feel like we're not going to drive it where I really wanted to go and push boundaries, because we would have been in the dog rubbing elbows with Macabre Brooks. We would have been in, compromising situations where, if my husband was around, I'm probably standing a bit too close to this man. I don't know if they're going to give it to us later, but at least they gave us something with Lisa. Like I said, I feel like this is going to be really surface level, and then it's going to be like, yeah, as attractive as that man is, baby, I don't want to lose my husband. Look at Charlotte and Harry. Are we insane? You know what? All of these misunderstandings, miscommunication. What did he say? Hey, get your ass over there and take pictures with your kids. This isn't a manly activity. Sir, go take pictures with your kids. Yeah, what are we really arguing about? We need to love and appreciate each other. But if we could have her rub on Macabre, have it. Oh, if she could kiss him, girl, I would melt. Girl, you better go cheat. Sidebar: stop putting Nicole in these outfits. Stop putting Nicole. They have Nicole in the ugliest wardrobe on the show. I really hate it. It's like they go. This suit is more of a compliment than some, but they have her in the most like unflattering blouses, dresses, short sets. It's just like, girl, hide all
No
of that.
bullshit.
Why? Why? What are we doing? And then when they go and they're in the, and she's trying to see about Charlotte in the pool, she up here, the water's up to here. Y'all don't need to see nothing. Then y'all have her in that tired ass wig. I really hate it. I feel like they're doing a disservice to her beauty, but that's just me. Ashley, how'd you feel about this?
Yeah, she who must not be named is going to still be in a dark room with Marion, aka Macabre Brooks' character, at some point. You know them late night editing sessions. We already know she's got the crush. There will be a boob graze at some point. There will be a hand, our fingertips touched while he was editing, that last clip from the 10th episode. Like, girl, come on. Like they're painting the picture, they're bigging it up. Now, will she cross that line? At this point, I don't even need that, Tyra. I just need a little bit of I need some innuendo. I need some sexual tension. I need an almost, but maybe, but not quite, but yeah. Yes, please. I want to sit on it. I want her bra to be like on the floor a little bit, but then she puts it back on. Like, I don't need her to go all the way, but I need a moment. You know what I'm saying? We still need to have that because this is the most dull marriage. Or maybe let's subvert all the expectations and have a conversation about opening up the marriage. Maybe,
Girl,
maybe,
they're
maybe we'll
so
be open.
dumb. They're so boring. They
They
don't. That's why I
are,
feel like.
but here's the thing: she who must not be named's husband is not a looker. As much as I don't get down with her, at least she's still fine in the face. He, on the other hand, is not. He, on the other hand, should be. He should be very, very worried about what's next. And I think he needs to step his game up, step his coochie up. Because, sir, you're about to let this woman right through your fingers. Because now we're arguing about chocolate when there's a gift shop 10 seconds away. Like, do something because they're the most boring. And you know how we talk about representation over here, and how Lisa has just really been boring in this moment, especially compared to like Anaya. I'd be very interested if we can go deeper with her character at some point. Like, give her something, because it's really giving still just the dutiful mom who wants it all. I want to work, I want my career, but I love my family. I need to know who Lisa is on her own, give us that. And I think we could get that with Makad Brooks' character. I think we could get a piece of that, me reliving my youth, what I feel like I've been locked in, once I started having kids. Give us something, because it's dry over here. It's
It's
dry.
like they don't want to go that far. It's like they always want to remain in the realm of safe. That's why I would say like they would have to. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to get off the plane and shimmy shimmy. Like how far are you guys going to take it? Really take it there. I would really love for it to look like her marriage is truly in jeopardy. Because this little nudge on the plane, I don't think so. I think they may take it, a little further, but her bra almost coming off, as you said. I don't know if we're gonna get
Yeah. On the floor, I want it to come off, and then her be like, oh, you know what? I can't do this. And run out the room. I can't do this.
my
Yeah.
husband, my kids. That would be nice. Girl, take the wig off, okay? All that,
Please.
all that good stuff. I would love to see it, but it's cooking. I did like that he was at least jealous. Like, who the hell is this?
Mhm.
Give
Why are you
us
taking
something,
selfies with your
because
phone?
him in the kitchen, in the like the pushback he gives all the time, it's like he wants to be everywhere else except for spending time with his family. Like, I need to we having this and this, and like you couldn't be bothered to get up and take a photo with your children. Like, yeah, let's have like the spark fizzling out, and what are we, and you over there and McCall looking real good. Let's go do that with his dangling earring.
Oh, the
But we
dangly
shall
one.
see. Here's to them pushing it further, getting a little nasty next episode. Not nasty, kind of over there, I
Yeah, that's
wish.
not gonna happen.
But before we jump into Miss Thing, why the gatekeeping? Already, Carrie had, pissed me off because I ain't removing my shoes for nobody. But we get into the Airbnbs, nude, knife wielding neighbors of it all. So we did not need micropene from across the way. Why y'all had to show us that man? Yo, we can't get a fine man nude on this show to save our life, but y'all went out of y'all way to show me the heels who have eyes over there. Like, don't show me that inbred person over there. But she acts like, hey, prior to me ever needing to come stay with you, because we all know at this point Miranda has been living pillar to post. Hey, can you reach out to Seema to see if she can help me find a place? Yeah, no. She kind of has. What do you mean, Kara? She's unemployed. I would think she would want the business. Yeah, no. I don't know. It felt a little iffy. It felt very gatekeepy. Like, Seema is my friend. I don't know. Ashley, was this not weird? I thought it was weird that she didn't want to
Girl,
run
Carrie,
down.
I told you Carrie is selfish as hell. Carrie is self. Seema is going broke, you know it, and Miranda can't find an adequate accommodation to save her life. Why wouldn't you connect the two? At least just give her the number. Carrie, I don't understand that, girl, because how would you be in the middle of it? It can't be financial. You got all Big's money that you're sitting on. It was very odd and strange. Like, you would rather have Miranda's ass stand with you at the Gramercy than to put her in contact with Seema, who could hopefully put some money in Seema's pocket, because clearly she's a brokey at this point, and get something done. Carrie is self-interested. I don't like Carrie. I've never have. I don't have an affinity for her whatsoever. And this was just another reason why. Because, girl, why? Why not?
She said,
So you would
it's
rather
just
you would
don't
rather
want to make
Miranda go figure it
friends.
out somewhere.
Mhm.
You'd rather her figure it out and possibly, get scammed or whatever, rather than giving her to someone who was reputable. Because why?
She said, I don't want to mix friends in business. Like, she helped you find Gramercy. What are you talking about? And what are you talking about? It just felt very, Seema's my friend. Like, find it, get it yourself, get somebody else to do it. Carrie, please. But I know this was probably all just to have this moment of her needing to come stay with her once the nudist showed himself and his butcher knife across the way.
Well, first
But
of all, let me go back really quick, Tyra. I mean, let me address just one thing on that. Because Miranda and the passive aggressiveness of it all, because don't slip a note under nobody else's door ever. Because this is what you get, a micro peened man with a hatchet. That was incredibly crazy. Girl, just stay in your house and figure out a new place to live. You don't go messing with them people. What is wrong with you?
This is the
Jan
life we
Cena
have.
doesn't have enough money to buy in her agency. It's giving brokey. It's giving walking poor. She can't get a loan from the bank. It's giving broke.
Yeah, if she had any ounces of collateral to put up, they would have definitely gave her that loan, whether it was, businesses, property, hell, even the Birkins don't have no value on them.
They do have resale value, but she's not going to sell any of those. And I don't mean broke like she's on the street, indigent. I mean, she looks good, but she doesn't have any acquired wealth, and she doesn't.
Mm-mm. No, I think we heard all we needed to hear when the loan officer said, "Do you need a driver? You should think about maybe, managing." Then maybe it's like it gives she's been living beyond her means. She's like, "Well, no, I need that. When I step out, I have to be a certain way. It really gets the buyers into the sale." No, maybe we should cut costs somewhere. Maybe we're going to get into SEMA readjusting a bit, lifestyle wise. Maybe.
Darfalina, please. Miranda can ask the neighbor, but you don't slip a note under the door. That's
Girl,
passive
I don't know what
aggressive.
was wrong with knocking and going, "Hey, excuse me, like, if you don't mind, can you?" No, I'm gonna slip a note. Girl, if you slip another goddamn note under here, I'll slit you. I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, now I need to go." But before we get all off into Carrie's
Safety.
place, even though we have this precursor of like, we really don't want you in here, with my things. I know how you are about your things, and we have the whole situation with the scarf, whatever. Please, these dogs, why they look like these dogs? They look just like these dogs. I feel like they were all sitting there as identical twins. As soon as they panned over to her dogs, I was like, they look just like Miranda and this BBC lady. They look identical, but they're trying to get their romance on. I don't have nothing here. Clearly, they're going to try to make fetch happen with these two. They have absolutely zero chemistry to me. I am not at all invested in wherever they may be going. The best thing that they could do is have this end and abruptly find her a different interest or a different love interest because it's not cooking. But they trying to sell it to us. Ashley, is it doing anything for you?
Now, Tyra,
Oh,
you
the
know,
kisses.
I just, I, it does, but I don't know if Aunt Ada, look, I don't know if Aunt Ada is going to give me steam heat under any circumstance at all. But this certainly wouldn't do it. I never thought I'd be begging for Shay, but I'm like, is there a
Real bad.
possibility
Real
Shay could
bad.
come back? It's just so dry because first of all, Miranda's dry and this lady is dry. We
Yeah.
need somebody with some fire, some caliente. You know what I mean? To kind of push it
Mhm.
forward. I don't. I no, I hate it. I don't even want to think about them bumping pocketbooks, if I can be quite honest with you. And it just seems like a polite affection. We
Yeah.
saw Miranda go crazy moaning in a kitchen in season. You know what I mean?
She was
Like,
stroking out.
know,
Uh, uh.
maybe this is what they're trying to push that, there's this, quiet maturity maybe in
Oh,
this relationship that she's trying to get to because she's been acting like a schoolgirl in heat up to this point. So maybe this is her cooling down a bit. I don't know, but no, it's not attractive to me at all.
I don't know. I don't know how they could toss Shay by the wayside and give us Rosie O'Donnell in this one. Like, what are we doing? There had to be other options, and they look too similar to me. I'd hate the matching hair color, the matching facial structure, the lacking of lips. So then when they kiss, they give like mouth breathers. Like, can you please close your mouth? Like, just I don't know. I don't know. It's just not cooking. And the dogs were trying like let the dogs back in. Maybe it'll make it a little steamier if the dogs watch. I don't know. Do
Okay.
something to fix it. But she does tell her that, she likes her and they're sexually attracted enough to one another to be here. So we're supposed to believe that there is progress being made in their relationship. I never have to see her with this lady again.
Never ever. Please.
It's so stiff. I'm like, did they, coordinate or have like an onset um
Intimacy coach,
yes, an intimacy coordinator. Like, where are they? Where is it?
coordinator.
Because
Yeah.
this is it's not it's no level of anything, and it's bothersome because now we're gonna have to keep seeing them. I don't want to see them. All right, let's get here, girl. All right, so we have the scarf situation. It's like I know how you are about your things. Precursors to we shouldn't be living together. It's never been that. We barely forgot about you in the kitchen, in the pee, in the shay, and all of the finger bang, Miranda. The disrespect of it all. Because half of this is in my house and still my kitchen, and you were supposed to be my caretaker. Whatever. Miranda moves in abruptly because, and I love how they say it without saying it before this happens, even though she's like, "Can I get at SEMA?" And it's like, well, you could kind of live here. I forget with this Gramercy place how many rooms I actually have. Well, I like my space, Carrie. They know that they can't coexist and live together, but push come to shove, you gotta come here. First, Miranda gets there and we're ass naked. Now, I am all for if you want to sleep in the buff, but as a guest in someone else's house, the moment you leave your own boudoir, put on a robe. Do the courteous thing. She's just walking like, girl, this is not your place. And it's all the way down to the disrespect when she tried to host the function here and have the guests over. Like, it's really disrespectful. It's like a question of character at this point. Miranda is ass naked in the hallway with just socks on. It really reminded me, anybody who's seen It Chapter 2 and that old elderly lady, and nothing towards Cynthia Nixon's body. She looks great for her age, but it really reminded me of that creepy lady in It Chapter 2 who was in the kitchen coming out naked about to attack. And it's just like, oh, how many times is Carrie going to have to shun her face from something in her own damn home? That was disrespectful. Then we wake up. Oh, you were going to eat this? You don't even eat yogurt. What do you know about what I eat? We're not, whatever something anymore. Since when? Since now. Regardless, these aren't your things. You are a guest here. Please be courteous. We're going to eat this banana. You were gonna eat all of this together. Well, I could still, no, it's fine, Miranda. Just, could you Uber Eats your ass some groceries? Fine. We're on the luxury table. We already had her fanning out with Neighbor Bay downstairs. Oh my god, can I have your autograph? Like, Miranda, go in the house. Fine, I'm gonna let her make with the autograph. She wastes Coke on the table, and they have to make it a whole Three Stooges type moment where, oh, we're wasting this, oh, the laptop, and I have to use your scarf to get it up. And I was like, get out. This should not have been the moment for, what? It may not be such a bad idea for SEMA to help you out, but if this is what it took, fine. I know this was supposed to give growth between the two of them, realizing that not only can we not coexist in a space anymore, but I'm not coexisting with the same person because we aren't 30 somethings. We live completely different lives. She's still a disrespectful wench. I would never invite her into my home like that again. Not to say, Ashley.
I said, what happened to being very demure and very mindful when you're in someone else's space? So I have a twofold take on this situation though, because honestly, Miranda's a terrible house guest. We had this conversation last night that if thank by the grace of God, I have not had to live with someone else as an adult, but in the event that I ever had to, I would be the most self-contained, trite, respectful being on the planet because I'm already encroaching on your space. You've solidified it, whatever. I'm going to do my best not to step on your toes, to stay confined, to do all these things. Miranda is another beast altogether. And I get this is your sister friend, right? You guys have been friends for 100 years, but you have to know her, right? That means you know her. You know how Carrie is. If you already said, oh, I know how you feel about your designer, I know how you feel about your things, then that means you have an awareness. So the fact that she would go in and be blatantly disrespectful behooves me. You don't eat anybody's last of anything. And she took the last yogurt and the last banana. That's crazy. Okay. So that's the part of it. She has no respect for boundaries. I don't know. I think maybe Miranda's had a mental break.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah, because there's something going on to where she's not getting like the social cues of it all. I really want her to go lay on that lady's couch is what I really want Miranda to do. But on the other side of that, Carrie, if you're going to be hospitable and you're going to open up your home, you make accommodations for your guests as well. I'm going to say this. I'm the hostess with the mostest. When you come over here, baby, it's your home. Anything you want, you can have. And if the heifer took your last, DoorDash, Postmates, Instacart, just order some more. Like, it was the fact that you're making it a federal case about it. I will say that using the scarf to clean up the mess was diabolical because she knows how Carrie is about her fashions. But yeah, I think they're both wrong because don't invite anyone to your home, Carrie. Or don't let them come even if they ask. Don't do it because you're not set up that way. And with all that money, with all the wealth, and with all the rooms, you're still very selfish at the end of the day. and it's a
Child,
problem.
I'm on the opposite end. Don't you bring your ass over to my house, eat my last of anything. It is the principality. Even if it was the last, you asked me for it first. Hey, I see there's only one yogurt left. I was going to, or it's whatever. Hey, yes, I got this last one, but I postmated and got some. Okay, sure, it's fine. Like, you don't just help yourself to things. You just don't do that. And especially if you were going to be, it's not like you were sleeping over. No, you were at this point expected to be an everyday, regular guest. Girl, put something on it. Put something on the light bill. Put something in this fridge, girl. Like, I was done when she was walking around naked. Like, what you're not gonna do is disrespect me. What you're
But
not
why
gonna
did
do?
you open up your home? Because, like I said, I'm on both sides of it. You don't do that. But since she did, make accommodations. And if you did invite her into your home, be a
Emergency.
proper host.
Well, no, technically it really wasn't given too much invitation. You know how those friends like, whoo, girl, if you need, to
No,
stay with
don't say
me,
it then.
you
No, don't
you
say it.
can. But you really don't want them to come stay with you, girl.
Don't
I got
don't say
your
it then.
back. If
Don't
you
say it
just
then.
need it, I
Mm-mm.
got a room
Mm-mm.
as long as
Mm-mm.
you
Don't say
need.
it if you can't do it. What they say, don't loan out what you can't afford to give away, honey. Don't open your mouth to invite anybody that you really don't want in your home.
Girl. At
Because
the same
Miranda's
time,
got enough coin to get a hotel room or go stay in Charlotte's
that's
house. Charlotte's got a house full,
girl,
but go over
but who would
there.
expect you to come in, walk around ass naked, have your they literally just set the table down. Yeah, I put all my work here because I just thought, why? This is my brand new girl, can you please get your ish and get the hell out of here. You in them cakes, walking around them damn socks. Look at girl, she look like a maniac walking around at night. Have to buy a robe. You can't buy any yogurt and you gonna spend it on tacos and a Mexican Coke. Get your ass down to the local Walmart and get a robe to cover up them biddies walking around in my house. But
Mm-mm.
let's move
I
on.
liked it.
Cover that mess up. Oh, she already knows. Like, oh, Carrie, you were gonna eat this? Is when do you eat yogurt? Since now, Heffa. Then we get there. Seema, can you help Miranda, please? Because baby, you can't sit here. She has to go. She has to get out. I want to know, Ashley, from you. Do you think that this is going to be a problem?
Well, with the way Miranda acts, I'm confused. Does she have a cute coin saved up? Because what is the problem? To me, it shouldn't be like I'm saying it's not. And I get it's expensive, but she should have some money. Like she's got this new job, like she's been an attorney for all those years. I would think she would have a savings. Now, the issue may be, will Seema be willing to accommodate Miranda's choices? Because it doesn't seem like Miranda wants to live in the lap of luxury these days. So is that going to be a problem? I don't know, but Carrie shouldn't have nothing to do with it. Girl, it's got nothing to do with you. And I think as long as Miranda's money's right, it shouldn't be. Seema should be grateful to have anybody giving her a percentage of anything at this point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hope it's fine. I really hope she gets a place. I'm going to assume that Miranda getting a place is going to be a big thing or just a nice arc for her because we know what it was with her kind of settling in with her ex-husband Miranda and them getting the place, and it was just such a big thing for that to happen. So maybe it'll be like a different Gramercy type thing, but for her, like, oh, well, this is my place. Like, there is no husband, there is no son. This is all me, and maybe we'll see her kind of stop living. She has been living out of bag since last season. It's
She
very
was
long,
in
very long.
Maria's little studio. It wasn't even a
Yeah,
room. It was like a half
yeah.
den or something. She was staying
Well,
in.
girl, barely like a closet, a glorified walk-in closet. It was very small, so I think it's going to be a big arc for her. It has to be because there's no reason for Miranda at her age to be so content running around just Airbnb-ing it and having to do situations like live with Carrie.
But
Hopefully, it's not too. Hmm?
I was gonna say, but question: did they sell their acquired property together? She and the ex-husband?
No, he kept it. He said, "You get your ass out of here."
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
Because her plan was like, yeah, you go on and find. He's like, no, you never wanted to be here, move here. I found this place. I renovated it. I put, my blood, sweat, and tears in here. If you're the one who want to break up the marriage and go have your whatever, you're not taking the house. I'm keeping the damn house. So now she's been out living around a little bit everywhere, but we shall see. But I can't wait for her to get a place, man. Please. Oh God. Ugh, but getting here, like I said with the table situation, they said Aiden is not to be forgotten. He's gonna come back. I do like the aspect of these two. I thought it was so cute when she put out the fire. She's like, "Aren't you glad I was wearing shoes? Aren't you glad I was wearing these heels?" Like it's very adorable in that way, and it's refreshing to see Carrie with someone new, or just on the aspects of them talking over a nice little dinner, talking about their books, and they have just what could grow into some casual, refreshing chemistry instead of the old bag of bones that is Aiden. But via the table, Aiden is definitely not out of the picture. Ashley, do you feel like we could be looking at a love triangle?
Oh yeah, Carrie looks messy still to this day. And in the preview for the next episode, Aiden's breaking out her windows now. So his son got it honest. Apparently, they like to break windows. Yeah, it'll be messy. But hopefully, she really puts her thinking cap on, in this moment, because Aiden's not hitting on anything. Aiden's got responsibilities and a life that Carrie will never be allowed to partake in. She's got a better shot of starting something new with Duncan, and maybe going to spend half her time in the UK, and maybe we can see Samantha. Like, I'm seeing the vision with Mr. Duncan. Let's go over there.
Oh,
But being
why did I
Carrie,
forget
it'll
about
be
that?
messy.
Why did I forget about that? I am so sick of them still leaving that Samantha door open. We did get text messages from Samantha this episode. Like, yeah, I get underneath him. Like he's whatever. Stop doing that to us. Stop teasing us with the fake false promises of Samantha. We
We
didn't need
saw her
those.
in the car last season, right? Riding
Yeah,
down the
and I
street.
think that was as far as we're gonna see her saying goodbye to the old apartment. Like we didn't need those text messages. Those text messages don't do anything but remind me of what could have been and irritate my soul. Please stop doing that. But I'm sorry, Ashley. I just want to say that. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, that was it. I think it'll be messy, but yeah, but maybe we can spend half our time in the UK, or maybe at her age and where she's at in life, it'd be good to have a 6 month break from a partner, and then when you get back, it's like the honeymoon all over again. But I think she's really doing herself a disservice if she doesn't see what's cooking, at least under the surface with Duncan, and not hide herself away like a nun waiting for Aiden's kids to grow up. Oh, you'll be waiting forever.
I hope so. I definitely hope so. But I just had to put it out there. We're getting a love triangle. But speaking of predictions and closing out the episode, we definitely saw Aiden throwing a rock, trying to get back into it, throwing little pebbles. Like every time we have Aiden here, he's referencing something, a bygone era. Maybe he's the past. Let Aiden be the past. I'm hoping Aiden is solely here in the capacity of, well, Carrie. Okay, yeah, that's not enough for me, Aiden. This isn't enough. Like, hopefully, we're here to have a reasonable, realistic conversation, and we get to see what's going on with Neighbor Bay down them stairs. It looks like Seema's gonna be over there rubbing on Logan Marshall Green. Girl, have your way, I guess. I guess we'll be looking forward to her showing Miranda places out of her budget or whatever the hell is going to be going on until they maybe settle on something. I need Lisa to be over there with McCall Brooks rubbing elbows in the dark. Okay, please make that happen. Rub something on his back. Okay, if we were naked, that would be cute. But I know we ain't doing that. Hopefully Charlotte and Henry come to an understanding, because if she can't talk to anybody else, at least them talking and really seeing their next move with his prostate cancer. Ashley, any predictions?
Yeah, we know Aiden's gonna come and throw a rock through the window at Gramercy. Like he just has no respect and no couth. I'm ready for them to break up. That's what I hope next episode. And I hope we get into the editing booth with Marion and She Who Must Not Be Named and see if there's any steam heat over there, because it's definitely not with her husband. I hope Miranda finds accommodations. I hope we don't have to see her hunching anyone next episode. And I too hope that Charlotte and Harry really have a sit down. Knowing Charlotte, she's going to be looking up all of the recipes, all of the things, going to the doctor's appointment to get a full understanding, putting her research cap on.
Yeah.
So I'll be here for seeing her support him in the way that he needs, and hopefully he responds well to that.
Absolutely. But you guys, that was the episode. Before we tell you what we have coming up, please be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below, because it helps us out so much. And we really love these conversations. I love any audience that we've garnered, or anyone who's new here, just from and just like that. Hopefully you guys like what we have enough to say, and show us some love down there. Like we be trying to see. We go and we read and look at every single person. So when it's a new person, we say, hey, Hey, how are you? Welcome, 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 welcome. So yes, please, let yourself be known, leave a comment, and talk to us. Ashley, anything before we get out of here?
No, yeah, just thanks everybody for coming through again. Please make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you have the notification bell hit so you don't miss a thing because the way YT tries to play with us, I saw Dominique come in like I didn't get the notification. It was like it was already over before it started. So no, make sure you're there. And we try to do it the same time, the same day every single week so you know. Fridays 7:15 Eastern Standard Time, we will be here to talk and just like that. But thanks for coming through and thanks so much for supporting.
Absolutely. And Meredith Howard, it was not just you. Adam did look extra busted this episode. He's just looking busted. But hopefully we get to see a different side of Adam. But we will see you guys shortly for Divorce Sisters. Anybody who is checking for that. And we will see you guys next Friday for the next episode of And Just Like That. Everybody have a good night. Mm.
Bye.